Welcome to State Read number 26, special guest speaker, Anahita Shahrvini. Ah, Anahita, you are just so awesome. Your passion for tech, yeah. So Anahita Shahrvini has a deep-rooted passion for technology and entrepreneurship, which she has leveraged to carve a niche in the digital realm. Since 2008, she has been an expert in WordPress, later adding Wix to her repertoire and showcasing her prowess in creating dynamic websites. Anahita is proficient in building and optimizing lead generation and sales funnels on platforms like, take a breath, MailChimp, Go High Level, Kajabi, Keep, Kartra, and Groundhog, and she is certified in Systems IO. If you need tech, Anahita is your person. I'm going to turn it over to you, Anahita. I'm so looking forward to this.
Thank you, Rossi, for that introduction. Um, I am so happy to be here. Don't consider myself as a writer, and well, I speak simply. So you have to you have to pardon me for that, and I'm going to share my screen. Just give me 1 second to go to my slides. This one. Okay. Let me see. Just okay. Sorry, you should be able to see just the slide. Just give me 1 second.
While you're doing that,
Technology. Sorry?
just in case people don't know, while Anahita is getting her slides up, when somebody else is sharing the screen, you can go to the top where it says their name, their Anahita is sharing the screen, and there's three little dots, and you can do a little bit of moving around and change your view to larger and smaller. It's really cool, new addition from Zoom.
I'm not sure that applies when you pin somebody, Rusty, because I'm not seeing the three dots.
Well, wait until she's
Yeah,
sharing
I
the
think
screen.
that is the case too.
Oh, it looks like
Oh,
it's still
no, now
there.
that she's sharing, I can see them.
Yeah, good. And unfortunately, it seems like you're seeing the whole page, the whole screen, and I can't do anything about it because apparently Zoom had another set of um, updates. Okay, we're gonna work with what we have. Hopefully, this screen is large enough for you to be able to see the slides. If not, you can grab your cursor and move the people to the side so you get larger screen of what I'm sharing. Welcome to the to Beyond the Book, how to optimize your author page for readers and leads. In this masterclass, we are going to talk about your author page as a connection hub and collecting leads for long-term success and small optimization for big results. But before that, how many times we have heard build it and they come? There used to be a time for that. And nowadays, like with this Taj Mahal, yes, they would build it and everybody would follow and they would come. But what if in this era, in the saturated world of technology and social media, build it and they come doesn't work anymore. Even if you shout from the rooftop, some people may show up, some may not. I would say you need to shout it from the rooftop in the right neighborhood with the right strategy and copy to be able to attract your people to your site. Before I start, let me introduce myself. I know, Rusty, thank you for that bio and for that introduction. And I share later in these slides that tell your story, not your bio. And I realized that I gave my bio to Rusty, not my story. Isn't that awesome? You learned something from yourself. I am passionate about technology because I love change. I love moving forward. I love movement, and I've been like that since I was 19. And computers and technology was totally new back in Iran, and I just absorbed it. I became the tech goddess then in the travel agency, and people who were not accepting, who were not prone to change, would have a hard time trying to learn technology. But I would say a different story. I was always um, in there to learn, to practice, to try and make mistakes to learn my tech. So I became a tech goddess with since I was 19, and I'm loving it. And I'm still learning every day how to present myself online and what to do. And I have a huge story of why I'm passionate about bringing this to other business owners that will come in the slides shortly. So your author page, yeah, you're seeing the right thing. So your author page as a connection hub. Before we start with the author page as a connection hub, I want like how many of you do have like an author page and a book page separately? Show of hands. Do you have an author page or do you have a book page? Do you have a book page for each one of your books?
No.
I have a website
Anyone?
for my sculpting. That's it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Valerie, Vivi, Valerie, I don't know, but Rusty called you Valerie,
Valerie,
but I see
Valerie's
Vivi.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a Valerie and there's a Vivian.
So,
Vivi is also Valerie.
oh, Vivian, sorry. Vivian, I saw your hands up for, do you have an author page or a book page? You're on mute.
I can't
That's
see.
okay. We'll continue when you can unmute. We can talk about that. So the difference between author page and a book page is that author page is more personal, it's relatable. It could include many book pages on its own. It's basically the umbrella that you hold all your books and telling your story as well. A book page is more transactional, more informative, and it talks only about that specific book. Yes, you will have a about section in that book page, but it's solely about the book. Your website should feel welcoming, and that I'm talking about the author page. It could, yes, the book page should feel welcoming too, but your website should feel welcoming. Imagine walking into a bookstore and the author is standing there smiling and handing you a signed book, a copy of the book. How do you feel that versus if you were going to walk into the same bookstore and stand in front of a glass case locked full of books that you can't even touch? There is completely different feeling and different aura around the two different scenarios. So I want the websites to be welcoming and people having that feeling that they walked into your world, they walked into your bookstore, and you're there smiling and handing them your book. So it needs to be the window to your book. And your website design is like your storefront that either invites people in or make them move away. And it's the first thing that visitors see. If they're not familiar with you, buy your books, and they have not heard from you through other people, the website is the only thing that connects the reader to you personally as an author and to your book. So you want to use the colors that brings your personality and gives that feeling to the reader, to your visitors. Cluttered websites, on outdated information. We will go through some of the websites that actually Rusty shared with me, and I will share like pros and cons of some of them. So you will see like how people feel when they get to your website. And people want to feel a connection with you before they buy from you. And they want to feel that they can trust you. All the things that goes on your website, the color, the speed, the copy, the images, they have a subtle way of people trusting you or moving away. So one of the small things that you can do, especially on an author page, you can have a start here section or a welcome message, or one that I loved when you were reading your story, a short video of your story. That's small section that you wrote for us. It will bring the personality into your website, and people want to know more, to read the books and get more of your work. And in the bios, that was what I was saying, tell stories, not just bios. Readers connect with emotions, not resumes. So you want to have the copy that really relates to your audience in that way and brings your personality out. I'm going to stop this share, and I'm going to share a few screens before I move on to the next section. By the way, please go ahead and ask questions anytime you have questions. I'll be more than happy. Sometimes it happens. Anyways, you were saying Virginia had a question?
Yeah, and she asked me to ask it for you because you were just talking a little bit earlier, so maybe while it's still fresh and related to that part of the presentation, is she was wondering if one page or multiple pages, do we need multiple pages on that? If you could just expound on that a bit.
Yes, absolutely. So, yes, I would suggest an author page that has at least 3 sections you want to share on a home page. You want to share your different books and your story, a little bit of your story, and then an about page and a contact page. So people can contact you.
Okay, I have a question then.
And it can be, sorry, go ahead.
I have a question then to tag on to that. Is that then, are you saying that we need a separate website for the book pages, or on the author page, when then each book should have its own page, or should it have its own website Or like when it has its own
Yeah.
page, we can send people directly to that book that we're working with at that time, or does it have each book have its own separate website that our author page then can have links to?
Yeah, that I'm going to share. That's actually what I was going to share
Perfect. Thank you.
some of the websites and show different ideas. There is no right or wrong way of doing this, and it all depends. Like, what is your goal? If you're selling the book or selling a service, the pages will be different. But it all comes out to your goal for your website. What is it there to do? And I will be sharing some information. Right now, we are going to go through some of the websites quickly because I still have slides to share with you. But for example, this one of Donald Miller, he is promoting his speaking engagement on this page and his programs. But at the same time, at the end of this page, he's sharing his books as well. So here it shows that his books are basically, um, he's using his books as his lead magnet to get clients for his business, for his coaching business. And that's why they end up at the bottom of the book. Versus this one, Ali Hazelwood, this is her website and she is promoting all of her books. Now, I would love it if she would have an author page, basically, instead of the homepage, tell more of her story, and instead of a bio, tell a story. I love that she mentioned the dog here, that it's not hers, and made it a little bit more personal. But this is a sample of a website that is like promoting just the book and not the author. And it's not just for one book, it's many books at the same time. And if you click on each book will have its own description, but this is like a product page. It's not a book page. Another sample that I really liked is J.K. Rowling's. And she has two websites within one, which I really liked. She has a website for adults and for, it says this is the, excuse me, this way for the latest news and information about J.K. Rowling and her writing. And this one is for the young readers. And they get complete. If I click on these, you will see complete different um, copy, design. This one has a lot of mystery in it, like when I move things around, like the book opens and this paper moves around. It's things that young readers would like. And if we go to this one, this is more serious for adults. Something that I would change, for example, is this writing, white on white doesn't read well. So you want to make sure that um, all your copies, the color and the background color, it's nicely contrasted so it's readable. Some of the links that Rusty shared with me, and something that I mentioned that your your website is actually the window to your world and connect with people in terms of trusting you or not trusting you. This book page, this is a book page. Actually, it's kind of a book page, author page. It's a mix, but It's not set up very well, and it seems like it hasn't been touched for a while because it doesn't like everything is stuck to the side. It seems like it's a page that was built in the early 2000s and has not been touched. It has not been updated. So immediately, if I don't know the author, if I don't know the books, I probably wouldn't trust to make a purchase from this website. Same with this one. These are very old designs that and very wordy. You can see like these icons are, and this is something that on a millisecond make people decide if they can trust or not trust. Versus of this one, even if I'm not the reader of this type of book, it's something that I want to look through it. I feel like, okay, there is a point to this book I can follow, and it has like where you can buy things and what people say, and it has like a very fun way of seeing what people are saying. It has a very nice flow with these arrows to tell you where to go, where to look at. So these are very subtle design, um, how do I say that? Design elements. Pardon my English. It's my second language. Design elements that can go into a website and bring trust and kind of a knowing before even people uh, do business with you, buy your book, read your material. So these are some of the things that I wanted to mention. And when I said uh, it depends what is the purpose of your website. Another website is Brendan Bouchard. He used to have his book at the very top of his website. And when you would come to his website, he would give the book free of charge to you as a lead magnet and would tell you, I bought the book for you, just pay for the shipping. And that was his way of getting leads, which is the next slide that I'm going to talk about. But now he has moved on from that to really promoting his coaching. So on his website, you really can't do anything except that start a call or try my AI coaching and give me your email for newsletter, and basically talks about the book, but on the menu and everything, you can't really do anything else except apply to join here, get Growth app, and see all the books on Amazon. So he's sending people to Amazon now. And that shows like you can change the purpose of your website very quickly by changing your navigation, your design, and moving from one lead magnet to another. If there is, I don't see the chat. If there is no other question,
No questions other than comments about how you have a husband who loves to clean. You're stunningly beautiful, beautiful, brilliant tech goddess with amazing hair. How blessed you are.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. Okay, let's move on. Okay. So, collecting leads for long-term success. This cat has nothing to do with our thing except that it was cute and it was reading a book. But if you're not, I want to really emphasize collecting leads and you create your readers list, because if you don't collect leads, you're constantly rebuilding your audience from scratch, and that's a lot of work, and it gets expensive after a while to um, set up your website and do all the things that you do and need to constantly building your audience, constantly gaining new clients. It's said that it's easier and cheaper to sell to existing clients rather than gaining a new client. So whether your goal is to sell your book or sell your service, lead generation is very important. And I'm going to go through a series of slides that tells exactly what a lead generation is and how to do it. What is the mechanism? What is the ecosystem? So leads are gathered by using lead magnets. A lead magnet is a marketing term for a free value offer for the purpose of gathering contact details. That means that um, your you have to have a form. You have to ask for a name and email address for that to be considered a lead magnet and lead generation. If you're offering something for free on Facebook and ask people to like and comment and you give them something, that doesn't considered as a lead generation. And you cross the free portion away because it used to be free all the time, but now, like what I mentioned from Brandon Bouchard, um, some some leaders in industries, they consider lead generation as low offer and paid low offers. For example, he said, like, I bought the book, you pay the shipping. That's not free. If you're going to a free master class, still not free, you're paying with your time. So the focus is on the value offer. Now, what are the different types of lead magnets? A checklist, a step-by-step, a quiz, discount, a challenge, an online course, an ebook could be a lead magnet. In terms of authors, some authors have their books as lead magnets for the services they provide. You can have a chapter of your book as a lead magnet, as a teaser, before the book even is published. You can have that for people to sign in and get that chapter, absorb that chapter before even your book is published. One that I would love a video of you reading a portion of your book as a lead magnet. I really felt that energy. So that could be another one. A Q&A could be a lead magnet. Imagine J.K. Rowling says, like, I have a Q&A session for all the young readers. It's free. You just have to give me your email address. I would imagine a lot of people would give their email to be there. Now, I'm coming to the story. Why I'm so passionate about lead generation is that back in 2020, I had a handmade business. And yes, I moved from a handmade business to a technology based. But in that handmade business, I was actually the marketing, sales, and tech partner, and my mom was the craft partner of that business. And in 2020, we started creating reusable masks. And Alphabet Health picked us up, put our website on their website as the handful of Canadians that were providing reusable masks. And we went viral, not on social media. We went viral on our website. You can see, like, within this, like, around May to June, we had 51,000 users. And that was something completely out of place for my small handmade business website. And we did great. In terms of sales, we did great. But now that I look back, I see that I could do way more. I could do way better if I had a proper lead magnet on the website. Yes, I was collecting emails and I collected about 4,000 emails during that time because like I had signed up for my newsletter. That was it. But I was adding a lot of free, valuable information about how to use your masks, how to clean them, how to use masks with children. And it was some information that it was necessary and people needed it during that time. I was putting that free of charge on social media, and I should have, but I could get emails to give them that free information. And what happened is, what would happen, I decided to close this business. And when I did, I went to that 4,000 email that I had because that I owned them. And I said, I'm moving to this business. If you want to move with me, click on this button and register for this newsletter. I moved away from that business to my new business with 2,000 people in my list. I didn't start from scratch. Imagine if I would get half of these 51,000 people on my list with a proper lead magnet, and I would leave with half of them to the new business. I would have about 12,000 people on my list instead of 2,000. And that would be completely a different business. But the point is that we change in general, we change our theme, we change our path, and our social media remains there and sticks there. Like GoGo Bags has about 20,000 likes on Facebook and I don't know, close to 3,000 on Instagram. But I couldn't carry them to the new business with me. It still stays there because it's a complete different audience. But I could move the emails with me to the new business. So that's why I'm so passionate about this. Now I want to talk about, and please go ahead if you have any questions, please unmute because I can't see the chat. Let me know. I'm going to go to the ecosystem of lead magnet because everybody talks about lead generation, but nobody says exactly how it works. So let's think that the lead magnet is an activity book that is related to the book that I'm publishing. I'm giving a downloadable activity book away. What it needs a landing page, which has some information. It's selling me that activity book. Why do I need that activity book? What is the problem that is going to solve me? And it says it's a free download. Give me your name, give me your email, and click here to submit. And when that happens, anyone who signs up for this is called your lead. And when the leads sign in, generally an automatic delivery will happen. An automated email will go out with that PDF, that downloadable, that video, whatever you're giving away. Then your job with these leads are to nurture them to eventually get results, right? This is our path from lead to results. And nurturing, some people think I don't want to send too many emails, but I would say that is a disservice for people who want your information because people who really value and want to hear from you, they want to hear from you. And those who just signed up for no good reason, they're okay. They can leave and unsubscribe. And we're not talking about spamming emails. We're talking about consistent information, valuable information that goes out. And then, if we have done this part right, we either turn these leads to clients or referrals. And that's what we get from lead generation. And that's all we can ask for lead generation. I want to pause here and see if there are any questions because we're moving to the small optimization and big results of this
I don't see any
presentation.
other questions. If somebody has a
Mhm.
question, please unmute and go ahead and ask Anahita. I did see one question that I answered is that we might need to do some research, but if we share a sample chapter, does that affect our ability to get a book deal? And my first thought is no, because quite often traditionally published books will have this excerpt was first appeared in such and such and such and such. So there can be excerpts that appeared somewhere. But as we get into the online world and things appear online, publishers do consider that published. So we certainly wouldn't want to put too much there, and we will look into that further. But if you have any thoughts on that, Anahita, go right ahead. But those are my initial thoughts to that question. And anybody else? Any questions right now?
I
I, ju-
would
I
go
just
ahead,
want to
Chris.
say, I just want to say, I found it very interesting when you said that um, giving too many emails, that people who want to hear from you want to hear from you now. They don't want to wait. So that was very interesting and put a different spin on sending emails.
Yes, I when I get people who are resistant of sending emails, I always bring an example of a financial advisor that I met back in 2011. And I really valued her in the information and the learning I had from her. So I signed up for her newsletter. And every month she sent very valuable newsletter. And I can't say I read the whole all of her newsletters every month. But in 2020, when I wanted to update my insurance, maybe I read handful of her emails, and imagine like from 2011 to 2020, 12 emails year. I only read handful of them, but I always with the title knew that there were valuable information in them. And those handful were always stuck with me because of the information that I received. Guess who I called first when I wanted to update my insurance? It was her. I was working for a financial advisor, but I didn't call the person who was hiring me. I called her because I felt like I know her more. I can trust her more. So that is the value of being consistent and sending emails and being like, we're not selling anything in those emails. She wasn't selling anything. She was just being honest, giving me valuable information. And yes, from time to time, she would say, like, it's TFS, I don't know, RSP season, come do this and do that. But the information was more valuable. And for honestly, I can't give information about if you're looking for a publisher, and I really have to go and do a little bit of a research on that in terms of the legality and all those things. But in terms of the end user, having a chapter of your book on your website will really help uh, the end user buy your book, but I'm not sure if it will have any effect on the publisher. So that I can't really say too. So there are a few small things that you can do to optimize your website. And the first thing is clarity over cleverness. This is very important, like keeping everything simple or your navigation information. Um, Instead of saying, like, have like proper about contact things that are boring and simple and everybody know what they mean on your website is actually beneficial than going and being very clever and instead of saying like news or say get this juicy news or something, people will get sometimes confused and not know where to go and what to do. So clarity over cleverness, and that works also in terms of the goal of your website as well. Make it mobile friendly. It is very important to have a mobile friendly website these days. More than 80% of the people are looking at your material on their phones and not their websites. Okay, why are you not moving to the next slide? Okay. And I know all of you are writers and you write beautifully, but the copy of your website should be written for a dyslexic fourth grader to make it simple and easy for people to navigate. Not that your audience, not that they can't handle the witty and nice words that you use and everything, but because social media made us all lazy. People want to be able to scan through things and learn everything. So website copies need to be simpler and simpler and smaller words. And I loved when Rusty said, like, to be creative and keep the phrases and words in your content, but reduce the wording and other how to say things in a smaller version to have shorter characters in your copy. This really works here as well. I do this a lot for clients when they come with a paragraph or a whole essay for their homepage. I go in and I chunk things out, and maybe we come up out of that whole essay with two very small paragraphs that are spread on the web page but says the main thing. So you really want to be concise and say simple on your web page and get to the point faster because unfortunately social media mushed our brains. And the last thing is SEO. It's on-page SEO is something that you can do easily. For off-page SEO, you need experts. On-page SEOs are keywords, and that is not the kind of keyword you're thinking. It's how your audience are searching for you. So you have to get into the mind of your audience and see what are they searching for? Are they searching, for example, mystery novels? Or are they searching, I don't know, for skincare experts information or something like that? And then meta description is actually if you Google something, there is a short text next to their link. And that is the information that most people forget to change in the back end of each page. And what Google does is that it grabs the first 150 characters of your page and put it in there, which most of the times is not what you want people to see. So you want to, I do this a lot of times that I give a whole bunch of information to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to give me a meta description for this page in 150 characters. And it will give me something, then I will adjust that to make it more human-like. but you want something that it says in a nutshell what that page is about and what the audience will get out of that page. And then URL structures, it is this issue is solved in most website platforms, but I still see them. It's better to have your website.com dash best coaching tips, for example, or best novel ever to your website.com page 1, 2, 3. This one doesn't do anything for your SEO. In this one, people who are, for example, searching for best coaching tips will see your page. And my suggestion is that for your website design, website content, marketing, and SEO, it's worth hiring an expert because you get consistent website traffic without paying for ads. That way, you can attract high intent buyers, people actively searching for your service or books, and rank higher than your competitors. And this is the prompt that I use. So, what is your tech story? The stories we tell ourselves define us. So, what are the stories you're telling yourself? Are you telling yourself, I'm not good at tech? Or it's too complicated, I don't want to touch it? Or I can't figure it out, it doesn't work for me? Or it's too expensive to hire someone? Or it's too flashy? I want you to rethink and tell a different story that is empowering and full of possibilities. And how I can support you, I have these different services. I do website design, website audit, tech deep dive calls, and even tech coaching. I have a lot of people come to me just to learn technology. But today I have a special for you for anyone who likes this weekend to jump on a website audit, which is a 90-minute pick my brain. I believe Rusty experienced that with her website. It's $297 and it's 150 today. You get to me to look at your website, give all the information that you need to improve your website. You can either take it and do it yourself, take it and give it to your website designer. And if you decide to work with me, this will go towards your package. And I will share those links with you. And in general, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer any and all of your questions. Let's see the chat.
Well, Marianne wishes she had a website already. She would be investing in this offer.
Um, I have a website, and I've been told by a friend's website master that she's never seen something that's less commercial than I've put together, which has been fine so far, but I actually would like to see how to improve it. So I'd be interested.
Sure, I will put two different. I'll be happy to help anyone. Like I love to see beautiful websites out there. So the first link and coupon code is in US dollar, and the second one is in Canadian dollar so that everybody can pay in their own currency. I hated that, like, we have two different currencies, but we do. So yeah, so Canadian is the second one. And yes, Beyond Books is the name of this masterclass. My business name is Ask Anahita. You wouldn't find Beyond Books, Beyond the Book speaker on Instagram. Thank you, Marianne, for mentioning that.
Oh, wait, can I just add? I followed it automatically because the colors, the fonts, everything, it looked almost exactly like what you showed in your first or second slide at the very beginning. But then I started looking through the posts and and then I think I saw a photo of the person and it was certainly not you. So I unfollowed and then I found you.
I have to go and check that out. It's possible that we picked two interestingly similar names for, and thank you. Like I should have caught this beyond the book. Hmm, that's very interesting. Yes, the colors are very similar. Thank you. I have to check and make sure I'm not using her name. Maybe I have to change my speak presentation name. Wanda, you have a question.
I I could see the value in this. Like it, all of this makes awesome sense to me, and I'd love to do all of this. I'm not tech savvy. I'm an old lady, and I have enough trouble trying to find time to put the bum in the chair and actually write the words. Never mind, do all of this. Like it's, I would have to hire someone. Yes, because
Yeah.
I can't, and I don't have enough interest in doing it to acquire the knowledge to do it myself. Right.
That's great observation. And what is the story that you're telling yourself? You don't have those, but you can hire and get it done. You don't have to do everything yourself. You're writing amazing. Like, oh my God, I listened to like how many sentences was that? Like, I wanted to know before what happened before and what's gonna happen after. So, you've got great talent, and not everybody should do everything. I don't feel like it.
No.
I
So does it?
definitely don't cut my hair.
Yeah.
Probably I could if I wanted to, but why do I do that? It's, yeah.
So would you advise then for an author to essentially wait until they have a book published or imminent, about to be published before doing this? Right? Like, what if I do an author website and my book doesn't come out for 2 years?
Yeah. So this is something actually I learned back when I had my handmade business from somebody who was selling on Amazon. And they said something very interesting, which works. They said that they would pick a product to bring to Amazon, let's say a fishing product. Before the event, like 6 months, a year before the product would be ready, they would start a simple website sharing something about fishing and collecting email addresses and continuously nurturing that email list until their product is ready. And then when the product is ready, they would send a mass email. Imagine like for a year, these people who were interested in fishing, they received free information. And now that the product is ready, they get this mass email that our product is ready and it's on sale and you can get the first step. Go to this link and make a purchase. And they would make bestseller every time. Having an author page before your website is your book is ready, it's actually giving you an edge to make you a bestseller. Because if you're doing it correctly and collecting leads from the beginning and nurturing those leads, so when your book is out, you can, like most of these Amazon bestsellers, what happens is exactly that. They have a list, they nurture the list, and when the book is out, they say, hey, the book is out. we have a book launch party, and the book is on a discount for, I don't know, something today. Purchase it now. And because the purchase date is like, there is a huge spike in that day, you get that bestseller on Amazon. And remember, you have to get a screenshot of it because there is nothing else after that day. But yes, to your question, there is beneficial to have an author page even before your book comes out. Marianne.
Thank you very, very much. That's really good information.
You're
I'll be
welcome.
hiring you. I think I should write a little more first.
Okay.
I'm right behind you, Wanda. Get in line. We all want to hire her. I just want to echo what you just said. I think this is critically important for all of us. It's never too early, Wanda. I'll tell you a story. I have a friend here in Metro Phoenix. He started social media accounts for his restaurant 1 year before he opened. He built followers. He teased people with photos of dishes, menu development, etc. Even just random stuff like, hey, I'm at the farmer's market. Look what's great today, and it looks good and is in season. And he amassed followers. When his restaurant opened, he was not sitting waiting for customers. He had a waiting list. He had people chomping at the bit to get into the restaurant because he had built up enthusiasm and excitement about it. So you, if you do not have one, I suggest, I did PR and social marketing, social media marketing for restaurants for almost 15 years. So I've been doing social media since about 2007 when Facebook first started, and then Twitter in 2009, but no Twitter anymore. Instagram is really where things are at these days, I think. But Wanda, if you have an Instagram account and you do little videos, no, I'm saying you create one, little videos of you, like Anahita was saying, in your amazing voice, the way you read your writing, well, the way you read anything really, but you will captivate people with your videos. The people who want you to buy followers, you don't need them. Well, no one needs them, but you will amass a following pretty quickly. You're that compelling. Your writing and the way you read it. Do it. I'll help you if you need help.
I need help because I went to sign up for an Instagram account because Rusty had posted something that was on Instagram and I don't have one. And so I'm going through all the steps. And when I got to the end, they told me that I had violated their policies and they wouldn't let me have an account. And I didn't do anything.
We can solve that, Wanda.
Yeah.
We can solve that. Yeah.
Technologically challenged for sure.
No, I totally agree. You can never start marketing too early.
I have a quick technical question. I went to sign up and I went to the Canadian because I get my pension in Canadian funds. I went to the Canadian to pay. Now, when do the link, I'm at link and it's giving my credit card and it says pay, but when do I put in that half price code? Is it after I press pay?
Before there is, okay, let me fix that. I think there is something missing. You didn't pay anything.
No, I didn't because I
Good,
couldn't find that.
No, I think there is something missing because this morning I decided to create a Canadian version of it and I missed something in there. I'm 100% sure of that. And thank you for mentioning that.
Okay. Where are you?
I'm in Vancouver.
Oh, okay.
Any other questions while we're sorting that out? Going once, going twice.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Anita, I just want to know if you've had any experience with funnels. Funnels, you know how yes.
So what kind of experience do you mean?
Well,
Did I fail?
how they function, how um, the best way to set them up, um, the kind of information you should put in each segment of the funnel? It
Yeah.
just
I do have a lot of experience building funnels for clients and setting them up. In terms of like answering your questions, there are a lot of movements, so a lot of different options. I really can't answer in um, a couple of sentences, but in general, your funnel, you need to watch. Um, the stage of the funnel for each section and the clientele of that section. What is your offering for this that section, and what is your goal? Always watch for the end goal. Always design the funnel with the end goal in mind. Um, that's the shortest I could make this because if I go like it will go down the rabbit hole and
no, no,
we'll be
no. We
here
don't want to.
until
We don't want
tomorrow
to go down
night.
the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. I'm still working on that on the back end and listening to everyone if anyone has any other questions.
Okay. Last call for questions.
Great. It's been great.
Yes. All right. Join me in thanking Anahita for doing this presentation just for us today. She created this brand new for us, and we're so thankful. Anahita, you are wonderful, and I so appreciate you for being here with us to share this knowledge and to give our our group today such a awesome deal. And with that, we're going to move into the rest of the weekend. But
Thank you. I appreciate every one of you for being here. And thank you. I would love your feedback afterwards. Like, I appreciate you
Thank
all.
you for all the wonderful information. It's motivating, inspiring.
Yeah.